Alright, so my Star Wars Pinball 1UP machine, I bought it in January, it's now August, so 7-8 months later. When I turn it on now, I get, we'll call it the blue screen of death. So something messed up on it, and then I put a ticket in, and they told me to go through, check the cables and everything, and see what we got going on. So I got some like lines, it's like not loading. Sometimes the screen up here loads. Oh, I think it's gonna come up. So let's see. Yeah. See, now we got some weird other lines up. There we go. So I just heard the click of the power or the audio. So that one comes up, but this one does not. So let's see. We got back here. I took the little access panel, and they said there's some lights. So we got the red one. So I am getting power to that one. If you look, at an angle down here, if we can get it there, if you can see that yellow glowing, that's the other PCB down right there. They said there's a green light for the power, but I haven't figured out where I mean, obviously we have a power cable here. We are getting power to the PCBs because we got a red light and a yellow light, but I haven't figured out where the green light's supposed to be for where we're getting power. So it might be on the front side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off plug everything, turn everything off again. I took all these screws out, and I'm going to pretty much pop the hood and see what we got so I can see it at a better angle. Right, so when you take all the screws out, you pop all the metal pieces off, and then the little wooden tray comes out, and then there's the glass piece that you can pop out, but this is the LCD screen. I know it like pops up somehow, so I'm assuming it's more of these screws that you pop out, and we'll see. Okay, that was it. You take those 4 screws out, and then they got these little thingies that click in to hold it up. So now let's see if we can turn it on and see if I can see all those lights again. Things connected. The one in the back, we still got power there. And you take this little cover off. I was just going to check the little yellow light on the board, even though I could see it through the crack, but you take it off, and there's a little hole in here for the power right here that goes all the way back to where you plug it into the wall, and it's just a little slot hole right there. So when you take the screws off and you try to pop this thing up, yeah, it unplugs that anyways, and it's a pain in the butt to put it back on. So when you get it lined up, kind of, you have to shove it back into the hole, and then you line it up, and then you push it in till you feel it connect back to the little electrical board that's in here, and then you screw it back down. But yes, that's the yellow light we're seeing. But I still haven't found a green light. I'm trying to look, see if the green light's on something. But I don't know, everyone says that the little support help person said it was like for the power, but obviously we're getting some power if we're getting the lights to both the boards. I'm gonna put everything back together because I'm getting power to everything. I just got to figure out maybe one of the boards shorted out or something that's not sending a good signal over to the LCD screen. Next step, send all the pictures to the help desk and see if they know what it is. Alright, so I'm tearing it apart again because the company was nice enough to send me another part. We got a new PCB. Hopefully this is what the issue is. We're going to see how we have to install it. Here's that box pulled down. There's a HDMI cable that goes into it. Right there, you unplug that, and you have to pretty much untape all the wires that were up here, untape it so you can move it down and have some room to work with it. Looks like there's a plastic piece that goes over to stop people from touching the board. And looks like there's 4 screws that hold the board on. Got all the cables off except for this last one I gotta get. See how there's glue on it? They put glue on it so it doesn't like pop out in the back. So once I get the glue off, and then I can get it unplugged and then switch over the boards. Okay, new board is in. Put the plastic over, all the clips are there. Everything's screwed back in. Just gotta get it screwed back to the top. There was 3 little screws, and plug the HDMI cable back in. And there's the old one, and Cross our fingers this was what was wrong with it. Well, no luck. It wasn't the PCB board. It's probably the LED screen. Okay, so they sent me a screen. Woohoo! We got a new screen. Comes with the little cellophane on it. 8 screws, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom. And the PCB that we worked on. You gotta take the PCB off and undo the wires. You got your ground wire, and then the 2 cable connector wires go onto the back side of the bus. And then you connect it all together and put it together, and hopefully it works. Okay, the new PCB box is all attached back to the back of the screen. And new screen is in. We can pull apart the cellophane stuff, and then we'll cross our fingers and hopefully everything works, because I think we replaced every part in here. Well, we got a black screen, not a flickery screen. I think one of the little wires is backwards, that like 20 pin one. Number 2. This time I left everything up just in case. So one of the wires in here, that pretty much the big one with the ground wire, it can just make sure you know which way it's going when you pull it off. If it goes like with some of the colors one way or some of the colors the other way, because it can literally fit either way. It doesn't have one of the little special grooves on the either side. So that's the only one. And yes, look at that. Woohoo! It was literally because that cable was backwards.